My name's Pat McMakin. I've been a studio manager, engineer, producer on Music Row for 35 years. I've been very fortunate to make my living right here on good old Music Row. I spent a few years early in my career finishing college and doing some freelance work, and then I went to work for, at the time, Tree Publishing Company, which was a big country music independent publishing company. And I planned on staying there for a year or two just to get to know some people, and I stayed for 25 years. Primarily because it was a wonderful work environment, songwriters everywhere. I got to do artist development, studio management, production, a lot of engineering. So it was a great 25-year run in one place with many different jobs. And then in 2008, Belmont hired me to run OceanWay Nashville. The way Triad-Orbit came into my sphere of consciousness, if you will, was at a showcase in November of 2010, I think it was. I'm a geek when it comes to the things that, well, I guess let me back up and say I approach studio management from the assistant engineer perspective. I think if you start there and if the basics are right, your operation will build well on top of it. So I'm a geek when it comes to mic stands. I love mic stands. I love all of the stuff that assistant engineers have to set up every day. I want it to move smoothly, quickly, reliably. And when I saw the Triad-Orbit product, I was blown away. I thought this is exactly the type of thing that we've been looking for. We wanted something that was strong, something that was durable, and something that would let us move quickly from setup to setup. Particularly what interested me with Triad-Orbit was the IOR, because we have microphone stands by virtually every manufacturer, you know, from the cheap $60 one at the music store to a Japanese made one that's, what is it, 35 feet high with a huge boom. Probably couldn't afford to even make those stands anymore. So I was looking for something that had that durability and flexibility. And so I was real excited when Triad-Orbit first showed me their prototypes. Again, the I/O coupler was a real biggie for us. The IOR was really of interest to me because there's no way I could afford to throw away the 100+ mic stands that we own and start over, but I did like the coupler because it seemed like a more reliable way to put a mic on a stand. We have a lot of great vintage tube microphones here dating back, you know, 40 years, and you just really get a little nervous when that microphone that might have cost $15,000 is sitting on a clip that costs 15 and it's 30 feet up in the air. Then you start getting nervous. So we were looking for ways to be able to mount microphones reliably but still have them be able to be quickly changed out. So the IOR was kind of a dream come true in that sense. OceanWay Nashville is owned by Belmont University, and as a result it operates as a commercial studio, and it also operates as an academic facility for the university. In the university is the audio engineering technology program. Students in the advanced levels have the opportunity to work here at OceanWay and to do sessions at OceanWay in hours that aren't being used commercially. It's important we don't overlap student activity with commercial activity, except for we share the space. So what that does is it means we have students coming in at night and weekends and such, using our microphones and using our stands and using our technologies. So as you can imagine, even the more advanced student is going to be getting used to the equipment, how everything physically works. And one of the things about the IOR is it's simple, it goes together easily, and even if you don't quite clasp it all the way, it doesn't drop your microphone. So you know, there is a certain amount of microphone damage that just happens by virtue of having inexperienced students coming through the place. But we feel like that has diminished and will continue to diminish as we rely more on this technology. It is interesting too that these stands, like any new technology, you can't just grab them and assume they do the same things the same way as the old stand did. So we've actually had a little bit of a learning curve both with our students and our staff to show them the right way to use them, and you know, care and feeding, if you will. And we found them to be great mic stands when you use them according to the directions.